All right, welcome in, folks. This is a post-regular season 5-minute Powers play. I got Coach Powers with me. Coach, first of all, what does it feel like to practice in March with a purpose?
I think it's awesome. Our guys are clearly they're excited. We gave them the whole week off, so today was the first day back. Gave them a spring break, let them go, be away from hockey, be together. They deserved it, they earned it, and then today was pretty good. It was pretty good, all things considered. And now we're down to 2 weeks of preparation, and then off we go.
You know, one of the guys is still on spring break, and I saw the video last night with his mother, is Joey DeCord, who was back home and surprised his mother for her birthday. It was pretty cool, and that's a class act by you to let him make that move.
Well, the DeCords have been incredible to us as a program. Joey's obviously a big piece of us and our foundation and our success, and for him to be able to go celebrate his mom's 50th birthday was important to him and their family, and it was a no-brainer to let him do that. So let's recap and then flush, if you will, the last weekend. You had to play the last regular season of the year. It had to be in Minnesota. That's the way the schedule said it. You went up there. You were under some difficult circumstances. The weather didn't help. You talked about some of the guys that might have been under the weather health-wise. You lose Johnny Walker. You can't use him. Summarize the weekend for me. What did you think from your perspective? I mean, it was frustrating. We certainly didn't want to go up there and represent ourselves playing, what I thought was probably our worst series of the year. But yeah, like you said, we had a lot of cards stacked against us, and we tried to do everything we could to prepare our guys and put all that aside and take all the excuses off the table. But when you have 6 guys out all week with the flu and they don't practice, and then we get delayed going up there and miss our practice on the big sheet on Thursday, get our leading scorer hurt during the week in practice and miss him, and then just hop into it on Friday. That big sheet was tough for us to adjust. It really was, and we're just not built for it. And it's a different game. It's a completely different game, and against that skilled, fast team, it took us 4 periods to adjust to it. So that part of it was disappointing, but we're ready to put it behind us and move on.
One of the downfalls of the weekend, I guess, was the suspension of Jacob Wilson, and I feel terrible myself for Jacob because I know what he's put into this program, and to have to be able to miss the potential first round of first 2 games now, I guess, of an NCAA tournament. As far as you guys have come, what's your feeling for Jacob?
I feel terrible for him too. He's a great kid. He's a 4.0 student. He's a clean hockey player. He doesn't take bad penalties. I've never seen him take a selfish or retaliatory or undisciplined penalty in 2 years of coaching the kid. He was the captain in Sioux City, almost won a Clark Cup with them. He was that captain for a reason. And he's been a big piece of our build here, and for him to have to sit out those games is going to be tough, and I feel really bad for him. We're going to have to use it as a rallying cry, and it's unfortunate that it happened. He doesn't deserve or need to be chastised by anybody up there or down here in any part of the country. He's paying the price for the crime, and that's enough, and it should be put to bed, and we need to move on.
So let's move on. Let's talk about, we can't say officially you're in. I would say you're in, but you got to prepare like you are, right? And wait for Selection Sunday and then find out where things fall. So 2+ weeks now to practice. What's the game plan? How do you go about this practice, and are you ready for it?
We've torn it apart, every which way from Sunday, and we think we're in. We think we're in. It's we're preparing like we're locked and in, and there's no other way to go about it. So we plan on being in the NCAA tournament. Like I said, this week is flushed and gone, and they're re-energized and recharged and excited to prepare for 2 weeks. We get 2 weeks to really dial these guys in, get them healthy, get them feeling good mentally and physically, and then really dive into the details next week. So next week, a lot of skill stuff, a lot of competition, kind of lay the foundation and ramp it up, and then the week prior to the tournament, dial it in with detail and film and go out and drill it. These guys are going to be chomping at the bit to hit it hard come tournament time, and most importantly, dialed in with the details. We're excited about it.
You know, I know you can't pick or choose where you go, but if you had a preference, is there a place that you would feel more comfortable with the 4 regional sites?
You know, to be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. We've had tremendous support out east from a fan standpoint.
Yeah.
I think going to a place like Manchester, we would get probably we would sell the most tickets.
Right.
But we're in no position to complain about where they put us. You know, we're thrilled to be in the mix. Does that mean we're just happy to be there? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Now it's focusing on winning 1 game at a time and trying to win 4 games in a row, and we think we're capable of that.
You know, when people look at the overall schedule for you, you finished 21, 12, and 1, right? So you got the numbers, right? There's not many teams that have a better record than you, and you've played some pretty stellar competition along the way. So I don't think there's a team out there that you can't beat.
No, there's not, and we truly believe that. We've proven that. You know, if you look at our record against each conference, it's really good. I think we're 3-1 against Hockey East. We're what are we against Atlantic? 4-0.
4-0, I believe. Yeah.
WCHA, we're 4-0-1. NCHC, we're 4-2. ECAC, I think we're 3-4. Big Ten, I think we're 3-5. So, you know, 12-2 at home. We protected home ice incredibly well, and that's what you have to do to be successful is win at home. And then we went and had a 500 record on the road against some really tough competition, and nobody had to travel like our guys had to travel. So we took care of business, you know, and scheduled an incredibly difficult schedule, and our guys earned this.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 final questions. The one is the obvious one. How's Johnny Walker, and is there a shot that he's going to be back and ready to be on the ice for you?
He's fine, and he will absolutely be back for the tournament.
How's the health of everybody else on the team? Everybody else feeling pretty good?
Good. I mean, it better this week than last week. We had some guys obviously banged up. Everybody has guys banged up, but you don't have 6 guys sick at the same time, you know. And then that was what we had last week. We just didn't have anything in the tank, and you know. But the guys we got that out of the way. We'll be rested and healthy, and most importantly, mentally focused and ready come tournament time.
Okay, final question for you. One of the reasons I started the company that I started was to educate and acknowledge hockey in the Desert Southwest. So if you get a chance right now to speak to the fans and the faithful out there, tell them about the importance of a NCAA tournament bid and what that means for a college hockey player and a college hockey coach and a college hockey program.
Well, it's hard. It's a hard tournament to make. It's a hard tournament to qualify for. It's an even harder tournament to win. Any single elimination tournament is just so difficult to win. You got to get a lot of bounces and some calls, and it's got to be a perfect storm. Yep. So to get there is a big deal. It's a very big deal. I don't think many people outside of this program thought we would get there within our first 10 years,
right?
Let alone our 3rd full year. So it's a big deal that our players have accomplished this goal and made this happen, and you know, hopefully it leads to more growth, because that's what we need. There's not enough stalls in college hockey. There needs to be more schools that take the plunge like we did here, and Ray Anderson and Dr. Crow did at ASU. And I think that our success should open some eyes, especially out west, that this is possible. To have success and to do things the way we've done them, and hopefully people take notice.
And just to follow up on that, I want people to know out there that you've been through this gauntlet before at the ACHA level. It's different talent, obviously, and your team was different back then, but you had to do the same thing, probably even harder, right, to get through that ACHA D1 tournament and get to a national championship there?
It's a hard tournament to win. You know, 3 years in a row, I thought we had by far the best team in the country at that level, and we only won it once.
Right.
When you can't make mistakes. Yep. You know, the team literally that makes the least amount of mistakes is the one that's going to come out on top, and the team that gives away the least is probably going to win. So defending and playing the right way and doing all the little things is what's going to count here when it comes tournament time.
So Selection Sunday, the 24th of March, a Sunday night. You guys got plans yet that you're ready to share, or not quite?
Yeah, they're putting it together, so I don't want to spoil them. But yeah, we're going to do a big event, and we're excited about that. It's going to be a tremendous day for our program.
Looking forward to it. We're credentialed all the way through the Frozen Four. They asked me if I was going to be there if ASU was not in the tournament. I said, first of all, I'll see you there when ASU is in the Frozen Four. And second of all, we're coming anyway because we got a Hobie Baker candidate finalist, hopefully, and we might have two, and I certainly think we have a Richter candidate. So Ice Down Hockey Southwest is going to be in Buffalo, New York for you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.